So I'm coming from Dallas, Fort Worth area of Texas. And by the time you get to the airport, we have a layover, about an hour and a half layover in Seattle, and then up to Anchorage, Alaska. It was about 14 and a half hours of travel. It's an hour drive from Anchorage up to Wasilla. So we had that additional hour, 8 degrees, and then 4 degrees
Eight
when we were
degrees, yeah.
working. And 4 degrees overnight that night. So I think sunrise and sunset, it goes like sunrise is at like 10 a.m. there and set by 3 p.m. So
Okay.
I mean, it's super dark all the time. So we had to be to the job site at 7 p.m. after, so we landed what, 3? Oh, and when we landed, my gear never showed up.
And luckily, just between her and I, we always pack enough gear just in case of emergencies, or in case something happens, or in case each other's nets don't get there arrived. So I had 4 sets with me. My gear came without a glitch. So we had all my poles. I had 4 sets. We had all my nets, which I overpacked. So we were good to go, and we made the decision, like she said, we can't wait for her gear. We're just going to have to go do this. Once you take your gloves off, because you have to take your gloves off in order to work the nets, to put them on the clips and all that.
Yeah, right.
And otherwise, so then you had to go back in and warm up after you get 1 or 2 sets of nets up, and then go back in and warm up, come back out and set the other ones. Luckily, the pigeons, they were not moving at all. So they were not interested in what we were doing at all.
7 hours maybe? Did we finish around 2? Started at 7 p.m., finished around 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. I mean.
Yeah.
So maybe we stayed about 7 hours just to ensure. And we did, like, we had a long day of travel, 15, 16 hours, went straight into an overnight. So, at 2 a.m., we pretty much were like, head to the hotel, we're pretty beat.
And then when we went back, like the next morning when Angela said, they were still happy with the service. No birds had been seen, so they were really pleased with what went down that night before.
We were determined to find one moose, and we thought, everyone said, oh, you go to Talkeetna, guaranteed you'll see a moose. No, we didn't see anything. We saw ravens. That was it. Until like right before we got on the plane, we went to this little park because someone said, oh, sometimes there's moose there, and that's where we saw our moose.
Oh, so you did see a moose there. Okay,
park.
That's cool.
We did.
Saw one. Yep, we finally found we were determined. Well, seeing the company progress over the 5 years that I've been here, it's like a huge, huge milestone.
It was a really good adventure for everyone.